Good morning. Happy New Year. Hope that you're seeing and hearing us loud and clear this morning. And welcome. We have a short coffee chat. It's beginning of the year and things kind of wind down the end of the year. And I'm going to let you know what's happening in the meeting today, as well as around Largo, some important stuff that's happening. If you have a question, please put it in the comment box. If you just want to say good morning, you can do that in the comment box as well, and I will see that you're here with us this morning at our first coffee chat of 2023. So I hope that you all had a nice, happy New Year, and were able to spend some time with family, and it was nice and stress-free, and you had some good food and didn't eat and drink too much. If you did eat and drink too much and you're ready for some exercise, you can check out some of our recreation centers. The gym over at Highland is pretty amazing, and Southwest has a great gym as well. This is a busy time of year when they're signing people up for memberships, because they made New Year's resolutions to start exercising a little bit more. So along those lines, I wanted to remind you this morning that if your solid waste, residential solid waste day is today, it's bumped forward till tomorrow. So residential waste that is normally picked up on Monday should be out this morning, and residential waste that normally is picked up on Tuesday. So if your trash day is Tuesday, you should put it out tomorrow. And that's the rest of the days this week are on the normal schedule. So if you're Tuesday, Friday, for example, you're going to be Wednesday, Friday. I'm just taking a look to see. Let's just trying to make this a little bit easier to see any comments that are on the board. I think they change this every couple weeks. So that's the solid waste schedule. The commercial, that's for residential and commercial. So if you have like a commercial roll off, same thing. If it was normally Monday, it'd go out today, and if it's normally Tuesday, it goes out tomorrow. There's going to be an altered solid waste schedule in a couple weeks as well for Martin Luther King Day, and that's January 16th. So again, on that week, your Monday solid waste pickup, this is just for residential. It doesn't affect commercial roll-offs, but for residential, Monday changes to Tuesday, Tuesday changes to Wednesday, everything else is normal. So that's solid waste. That was the probably the busiest question over the break was why are they not picking up today on Tuesday, and where do I find the schedule and that type of stuff. So the schedule is online. You can just Google Largo solid waste schedule and it'll get you there. But that's the schedule for this week and in a couple weeks for Martin Luther King Day. Let me see, January 14th, which is in a couple weeks as well. That's a Saturday, is Largo Shred Fest. So you can bring boxes of your paper that you cleared out over the holidays. I'm sure many of you probably should have, maybe didn't, but cleaned out your offices and desks and have a bunch of paper to shred. If you've got that stuff ready, January 14th, there's no cost. If you're a Largo resident, just pull up to the recycling center and they will grab that box out of your trunk and put it through the shredder. Just for paper though, don't have all kinds of other crazy stuff in there. So January 14th at the recycling center, which is on Starkey Road between Almerton and East Bay Drive. So I am trying to see, it doesn't. If you're out here and you're watching, please make a comment so that I can see. It's a little bit funky to tell if it's actually to tell what's going on this morning. I'm going to take a look here. This might help me. So that's the Shred Fest on the 14th of January. The another exciting thing, you might have seen this, it just kind of came out, that there's going to be a circus in Largo Central Park. It's the Zoppi Circus. It's been around. Good morning, Scott. Thank you for posting and letting me know that you're here. Good morning, Kara. It feels weird when I don't see anybody saying hi or good morning, and it feels like I'm talking to myself. So thank you for chiming in. I hope that you all had a nice New Year. So on the Zoppi Circus, I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right, but it's a family circus. It's been around a long time. It's a small circus tent. It only seats 500 people, so everybody's within about 25 feet of the ring. And they're going to be here for about 10 days, from March 9th to March 19th. So tickets are available now. There's only 500 seats each show inside the tent, so it's a pretty small audience. I heard that it's a great family circus. I'm going to get a little bit more information on exactly what it entails, but they've got dogs and horses that are trained, and it's a family circus. So, I mean, it's put on by a family, but it's also good for families. So that's going to be at Largo Central Park. I think it's out on where the Ferris wheel is getting closed down right now from the holiday lights. So right out in front. Heard we did they approached us some time ago, and so our staff did quite a bit of research to make sure that it's what we expect. But we think it's going to be a fun thing for families in Largo. That's going to be March 9th through March 19th. You can find more information on the city's website right now. I'll put a link here when I'm done this morning too. Some other interesting stuff. We've got we're getting ready for the Florida legislative session. Our team, our intergovernmental relations team, as well as our commission, is very good at keeping in good contact with our representatives up in Tallahassee, who in recent years have tried to kind of erode away home rule and kind of local self-governance. So we play a lot of defense in Tallahassee. I think that's changing a little bit. I hope. I'm kind of optimistic. It's like at the beginning of football season. I think the Bucs are going to go 16-0. So it's the beginning of legislative session. I think we're going to be fine, but we have a lot of work to do. They start committees. Well, actually, the committees have already started, and legislative session starts on April 19th, and they plan to wrap up by June 8th. So we have a let me see. We have a trip up to Tallahassee in next month during committee week, and then I think we'll be going back to the early session. We have a new representative. Representative Bernie Jacques is now basically our state representative for most of Largo, for most of Seminole, Largo, and a little bit of unincorporated areas around. We used to have two representatives, and they redrew the lines this past year. We also have a new state senator. Senator Nick DeSigli was elected as senator for our region as well. That covers Largo, and we've been in touch with both of them. So we're excited about some good representation from those guys. So that's on our agenda. Let me see. Speaking of agenda, we do have a city commission meeting today. John, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but you send me some information on a message, and I will look into it. Thanks for being here. So we have today on our agenda at our city commission meeting, we have a couple, an officer that is being promoted to sergeant, Sergeant Sean Cheney, and then we have a new Lieutenant Mike Blickensdorf promoted in the police department. We also have a proclamation declaring January as Human Trafficking Awareness Month, so we'll get some more information about how to detect and report human trafficking if you suspect it. It's prevalent, not only in Pinellas County, but all over the place. So we have a great team, and we work with other agencies in the area to try to detect and stop any human trafficking activities in this area. We have a couple appointments to advisory boards. I'd like to thank Sue Dietz. She's going to be a member of the Library Advocacy Board. And then Matthew Faustini is a member of the Planning Board for a 4-year term until 2026. Good morning, Janice. Happy New Year. So those are 2 appointments today. We also are going to be looking at, there was a couple other things I highlighted on here. There's a Lantower Apartments out on US 19 good morning, Rachel. Thank you. Out on US 19 that is getting a green building density bonus. So they're building LEED certified, I don't know the exact level, building to allow for a little bit more density on that site. It's out right on the east side of US 19 near Whitney Road. You all voted back in November on the economic development ad valorem tax exemption, and we're just officially renewing that after the resolution that passed from the general voters back in November. So we'll be talking about that a little bit as well. As you probably know, because I've said it here before, in the last 10 years we've had one business in the city that actually applied for and received one of those ad valorem tax incentives, and that's for new improvements to their building, their campus, or if they build a new building and they bring new jobs to the city. So it's a good tool for us to attract and retain high-paying jobs for our residents to work. So if you'd like more information about that, let me know. What else do we have? We've looked at affordable housing. We had a committee, the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee, and they produced a report. All right, well, I'll look into that. I'm not the one that nominated her, so we'll find out. We'll talk about that today, I'm sure. But thanks for your input, Terry. I don't know who that is. Good morning, Georgia. The Comprehensive Development Code, there's some recommended changes to that code that will help us provide more workforce housing for our residents. And when we talk about workforce housing, we're not just talking about housing that's in some type of program or some type of. We're just talking about housing that's more affordable than much of the rental and much of the first-time homes here in Pinellas County is, and frankly, we need more housing stock in order to keep those homes affordable. So there's a lot of different things. For example, there's many homes on our in our city, especially in the downtown area, that are on substandard lots that are small enough that they you wouldn't be allowed to rebuild them if something happened to them, and so, or if they became derelict and had to be taken down. There's some vacant lots that you can never build a home back. So we're looking at reducing those minimum lot sizes to allow some of those infill housing projects. So for somebody to build a small single-family home on a small lot where there has been historically a single-family home. KG, thank you for your comment. The ad valorem tax incentive. So the example that we have is TD SYNNEX, which used to be Tech Data. Their average job is well over $80,000 a year. We're not giving shops and restaurants or hospitality. There's a list. You can find the list on the state website. There's a list of target employment categories that are required for the tax incentive. So we're not giving breaks to those particular that you're concerned with. And we understand that, but we also understand that people want restaurants and shops, and we need to provide. The reason I'm talking about affordable housing is we need to make sure that there's places for these people to live and good transportation networks and the like. So it's a challenge. I agree, but that ad valorem tax incentive is not for service jobs or hospitality jobs. It's for high paying jobs. It's got to be 120% of the gross median income, which is about 80 grand, is the lowest that it could be for one of those ad valorem tax incentives. So back to the agenda. There's one budget amendment for, good morning, Rob and Bobby. We have one budget amendment, and it's a general fund. We do a lot of before care and after care programs at our recreation centers, and with a recent change in state law, there has to be somebody with certain qualifications on site for these centers all the time. So we have to change one category. It's the same person, but we're sending them for training so that they're not qualified, and we're changing that category. So that's all I have. John, I'm going to talk a little bit about the new City Hall, since you're asking. About 6 years ago, the staff, not the commission, but staff looked at how we could make City Hall last another 25, 30 years, the existing City Hall. And staff came to the conclusion, and we agreed, the commission agreed, that it wasn't worth spending upwards of $20 million back then to make that City Hall a little more efficient and survivable in a hurricane, at least somewhat survivable. It is in a floodplain, so we wouldn't have been able to move it out of the floodplain. So that's where the idea was born of building a new City Hall, just like moving to a new house. We're essentially taking a mortgage out by selling bonds, and we'll pay for it over 30 years. And we had many public outreach and got a lot of input from the residents. We talked to people around where the new City Hall is proposed, is being built now. We had a long conversation about it. The original price tag, as you know, wasn't $80 million. The price went up, and it's guaranteed maximum price, so it will be that or less than that. I think that the construction costs have plateaued at least a little bit, and hopefully that number comes in lower, and we won't know for sure. And then where the existing City Hall is will be redeveloped with homes of some sort, and we haven't really gotten to what that looks like yet. But there will be some people with opportunities for new places to live over off of Highland near our recreation center. Good morning, Stacy. Thank you for being here. So that's what I had on my agenda to talk to you all about today. I hope that you guys have a wonderful week. If there's something that I didn't cover that you're concerned or curious about, please make a comment here or send me a message, and I'll be sure to try to answer it as best I can. If I don't have the answer, I will post it here. Thank you, Rachel. I don't even know where I got this. I think I got this. Well, no. When the logo was redesigned, I think is when I got this. But we'll see if we have some around. I hope you guys have a great week, and Happy New Year. We'll talk to you soon.
Hi, welcome. We're here at Largo Public Library's new Butterfly Garden, talking about some of the great things Largo has been up to lately.
It's truly been amazing because Largo has made so many investments in our strategic commitments to sustainability, public health and safety, and community pride.
Meredy, can we learn more about what has been Largo's commitment to the environment and sustainability?
Absolutely. This past year, Largo's wastewater reclamation facility finished up projects that improve the quality of water leaving the facility so that it's more friendly to the environment. They also started using solar energy. Let's hear from Shelby with our environmental services team to tell us more about how Largo is going with the flow.
We call it the mid-plant project because it has rehabilitated the entire middle of our plant, which is the nutrient removal process. So we're able to take more nitrogen out of the water that comes through. And nitrogen can cause issues within Tampa Bay, so we're actually helping our residents and the visitors to Tampa Bay by making sure we're improving the water that goes to Tampa Bay as a discharge. So we were able to install a 15 kilowatt solar array with 33 panels. It's installed near our warehouse. We would like to provide it on the new operations building, and we would like to talk to some solar companies about the best places to provide it around the treatment plant.
Thanks, Shelby. In support of our Sustainability and Resilience Action Plan, Largo has also partnered with several members of the community who we call Community Connectors. The Connectors are helping us develop and implement citywide sustainability and resilience strategies.
In addition to this great work, Largo is investing in organizational excellence by supporting the team members that work every day to deliver the superior services that drive our collective resilience.
Well, we are so excited as the City of Largo to have been selected as a national top workplace for the second year in a row. We have really understood and come to know and value as an organization a flexible workplace. It not only augments and helps us be more efficient and effective work-wise, it really helps team members address work-life balance. Next, we implemented a new holiday, which is Veterans Day, and it really gives us an opportunity to make a statement to the community that we value our veterans while we really appreciate those that have served in the military. We are so fortunate to be supporting families and offering 4 weeks of parental leave.
Another exciting way that Largo is investing in team members is mental health support programs for our public safety team. Largo's vision is to be the community of choice, not just for those who live and play here, but for those who work here too.
Speaking of public health and safety, the Largo Police Department is moving forward right now with a countywide shared data system called PRIME that will improve response to 911 calls, as well as implementing body-worn cameras for our police officers. This past year, they also ordered a new mobile command vehicle and built a K-9 training facility, all of which will keep our law enforcement on the leading edge. Public health and safety also includes making Largo safer for pedestrians, cyclists, and motorists. And if you use the Pinellas Trail in downtown Largo, you might notice a few exciting improvements.
And so the focus of this project was to develop multimodal components that connect the community, the bicyclists, the pedestrians, and leisure recreational usage to the community, not only our downtown, but the neighborhoods, as well as our medical arts district. As Pinellas County continues to build out, we have less options to expand the roadways. So we want to provide an alternate mode of transportation. So the term multimodal is exactly that. We want to make sure that corridor can provide vehicle access, pedestrian access, bicycle safety, as well as public transportation. And so this project kind of brings it all together. Allows them to get on and off safely, have amenities throughout here, benches, water fountains, bike racks, shade, refuge, resting.
Wow, that trailhead is absolutely beautiful and really is a fantastic addition to downtown Largo.
It also contributes to community pride, where several significant investments have been made, including this beautiful garden we're sitting in today, as well as something big that's on the horizon in downtown.
The Horizon Complex really consists of 2 buildings. There's the office building and parking garage. And in between the office building and parking garage, there is a breezeway, so it's kind of a congregation space. The most exciting feature really is the first floor of the entire complex because there's retail on the first floor. There's public meeting space inside the office building on the first floor, and then there is that breezeway. So really, that whole first floor is something for everybody in Largo.
The future of downtown Largo definitely looks bright.
It certainly does. And there's so much more we could talk about, but for the sake of time, let's just say we can look forward to so many more accomplishments as we finish the projects funded with our $12.9 million in American Rescue Plan Act funds.
Wow, Meredy, that is so exciting. Thank you so much for chatting with me today about all of the great things this past year has brought to Largo.
Absolutely.
And we're so glad you joined us today. Please participate in Largo's budget process, check out cool interactive budgeting tools, and stay connected to what Largo's doing for you in 2023 by visiting largo.com/budget today. See you next time.